Hello and welcome to this fifth Sunday in Ordinary Time. Today we hear how Christ liberates us and calls us to serve others freely. In today's Gospel, Jesus teaches from Simon's boat. Jesus turns to Simon and instructs him about where to lower the fishing nets. Simon and others have been fishing throughout the night and have not caught anything. Simon protests, claiming that such an effort to go out again will be futile. Simon ultimately obeys Jesus and lowers his nets into the deeper water as Jesus directed. Notice here that Peter calls Jesus by the title Master. He already recognizes Jesus as a person of authority. They catch so many fish that the nets begin to tear. Jesus' presence has created an abundance out of scarcity, just as it did at the wedding feast of Cana, which we heard a few weeks ago. Then Jesus turned to him and finished talking, and he said to Peter very quietly, "Now would you bring the boat out into the deep?" The deep means the centre of the lake. The lake is called the Sea of Galilee, as we know, and it was a very large lake. And Peter looked at him and he said, "We've been fishing all night and we've caught nothing." Besides the deep, it was a very dangerous place. It was bad enough that Jesus asked him to go out into the deep, meaning the dangerous part, but he also asked them to throw their nets out over the side. If you're living as a fisherman around the Sea of Galilee, you knew that you never fished during the daytime. And here's Peter, the well-known fisherman in the area. He's going out tossing his nets out in broad daylight for all people around him to see. And you can imagine they will be saying to one another, "Something's wrong with this man. He must have gone crazy." But Peter, he said to Jesus, making the statement, We fished all night and we didn't catch anything. But because you told me to, we'll throw them out again." So he threw them out, and the nets were thrown into the sea. And all of a sudden, almost in an instant, they began to feel the nets were filling with fish. And there were so many fish, they were trying to get them into the boat. They had to call the next boat out again because there wasn't enough room. And they filled both boats, and they were almost falling into the sea from the weight of the fish. And what did Peter do then? Peter fell on his knees, and he no longer called him Master, which is Rabbi, teacher. He said, "Lord," which means God. "Lord, depart from me, for I am a sinful man." He knew that he was in the presence of someone special. He wouldn't say God, he couldn't say Messiah, but he knew it was from the heavens, and he knew it was special, and he knew this man had to be placed there, must be somebody from an angelic presence, or someone that was known for his virtue, known for his intelligence, maybe could sing psalms and pray well. Do not be afraid. Risk it. Give your whole life into my hands, and I will show you a world you never dreamed of. And I will bring you to a place, and the way might be difficult, but at the end you will know that you have found what your heart has been hungering for all your days. And I will be there all your days, even to the end of the world. That's the story of Jesus. We continue to speak of Peter's leadership and influence in the church today when we call the Pope the successor of Peter. We participate in the mission of the church when we bring people to Christ through the example and positive influence of our lives. Jesus sends us out, as he did Peter, into the deep and dangerous waters in order to bring people to him. God bless you this week. Thank you.